Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. Let's play Ostranauts. And there was an update in Ostranauts recently, and this particular update changes a few things. One, we're not supposed to have the annoying helmet issue anymore, where they put on a helmet and not take it off and end up dying because they suffocate. Looks like they've addressed that a little bit. Really glad to see that. Another thing that is apparently different is the task list. So we're going to look at that real quick because I'm going to make use of that here while we do some work on the millennial conclusion today. So first of all, we go to the roster screen as I have here. And then on the right side, there's this switch to crew duties. A lot of people don't even know this is here. So we're going to click on that. And what this is, it's a list of the priorities that any particular crew member should take. Now, if you've played RimWorld, you're probably familiar with something like this. And my understanding is it was a little more complex in the past. There were more pieces to it. And they've kind of narrowed it down a little to make it a little tighter, easier to, work with. I get that. I don't know how much of the functionality was previously functional. Love that phrase, but I got the impression that maybe it was underutilized at the very least. A lot of people don't even know this is here, but it sounds like they've got it up to speed now and it's starting to work. Now, the way this works, if you're not familiar with it, is you have rankings for different jobs. And these are the job categories, and each rank can be 1 to 4. And essentially, when somebody is looking for work to do, they go through this list left to right, and they do the first one that they run into. And when all those are done, they'll go find the next one. And if there are no more ones, it jumps back to the beginning of the list and it looks for the first 2. And it does that again, and it iterates all the way through to the 4s. So you get some control over what jobs they'll do first. Now, if you wanted to do things in exactly reverse order, you wouldn't be able to do that. There's not enough ranks because you'd have to make this 1, then this 2, then this 3, then this 4, and these don't have 5, 6, and 7. But you can group them, and as far as they're working left to right, then you've got a lot of good control here. I think 4 is plenty. I think that if you're beyond that, there's probably something you're doing that might be different than the norm. So let's go ahead and look at this. I want Emma to do my hauling. I want that to be her primary task. She's better at hauling. She's as good as Chad at hauling and not as good at some of the other work. So he should be able to do it faster when they're both set to auto task. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to set him, I'm going to leave him at 3, I think. We're going to put 4 for demolish for both of them. By the way, you change these, you increment the number with right click and you decrement it with a left click. I'm going to set them both to 4. I don't do a lot of demolishing unless that also includes deconstruction of walls and floors and things like that. I don't know if that's the case. I'm not fully sure after playing with it a little bit if that is considered construction or demolish. That might be something that was in the notes and I just didn't catch it. Not sure, but that's where we stand. The first thing I want Chad to do, if it needs to be done, is to patch. And I think I want that for Emma as well. If something needs patching and they have a patch to do it, they should do it right away. Second, I want him working on construction and then operation. Actually, he probably should operate something first. If something needs to be, flipped or whatever, he'll do that. Then he'll do construction. And then finally, repair and restore. For Emma, I think operation is not as important, but I do want her doing repair and restore maybe a little more frequently. And that will help her level up. And I know I said that I'd rather her not do that. If there's hauling that needs to be done, I just want her to do that. If there isn't hauling to be done, she can do this other stuff, and that is great. So that's it. And there is no difference in this list right now. Just to kind of clarify this a little bit, this list would be identical to this list because it would do the 3s and then it would go and do the 4s. So if these are 3s, they just get done before that 4, right? So just something to consider. You have a lot of flexibility in how this works, and have at it. I'm glad to see it. Sounds like it's functioning now, and that's a huge plus. Let's go ahead and test a few things out. I'm going to take my helmet off because we don't need it at this point. This ship is a little cold, but it's not drastically cold. They're not going to die. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. He'll leave his suit on for now. I kind of want to see if they put their helmets on and that automatically going through the airlock. That is what's supposed to happen. If they go through an airlock, they're supposed to only do so if they have a helmet and a suit on. However, I don't think this counts as an airlock because they are, well, first of all, technically it's not an airlock because it's now a towing room. But even if it is, there's not a vacuum on the other side. And I think airlock really refers to vacuum versus disembarking, which is that other control. If you look at here, I have Emma set to not open airlocks, but she can disembark. So she'll go over to the ship without a problem. If there was a vacuum, I don't think she would travel through into a vacuum is what it really comes down to, unless I force her. If I do it, then she'll do whatever I tell her to do. Let's get a few tasks done and see how they both respond to them. I'm going to tab over to her and get her set to auto task. So as soon as these tasks are set up, she'll be ready to go. We'll do the same with him. The first thing I'm going to do is we're going to clean this up a little bit. Locally on this ship, we're going to uninstall conduit. So we'll turn these off. Actually, there'll be some equipment getting uninstalled too. And we'll do uninstall the light and the 2 conduit. Then we're going to install the light. And we're going to install the light right here. Lights are under power. This is an orange light. So we can come here to wall light orange. And wall light orange is different than wall light orange setting. This is for those lights that you can change the color. And it will install one of the multicolor lights as orange if you use this. This is installing the orange light. So it should use the one that we literally set down. I'm going to click right there and I think we're good to go. Believe that should do it there. Let's see what else we've got that we might want to have done. I've got some thoughts on how this is going to play out up here now. And I realized I do have a couple of little mistakes in how I did this. Not things I'm going to correct though, but this room needs to be just a little bigger than it would be if I built a wall right here. So we're going to move the wall over one and we're going to go there. So there's going to be a door here and there will be a door here to get into this room. And then I think actually we might put the door at the bottom. I haven't decided yet, but the main wall here is going to be right here on this run of pieces. We do not have a door for the airlock. And, normally you do have something like that. So that's a consideration. We might want to put one here. I haven't fully decided yet. I kind of have a use for 2 doors, one to make a bridge and one to make an engineering room. And I might just keep it at that. And we'll see as we move through here what seems to make the most sense. Let's go ahead and get them moving around though and getting started. So I'm unpausing. They're both set to auto task. They're both going to come in here and start working. Now, we don't have any hauling to do, so it's not unusual that they're both doing uninstall work because that is kind of high on there for them. And also, most stuff is repaired right now. So the deconstruction, whatever that was, and then the reconstruction, that should all be getting done. That light is installed, and look at that. He's standing there, and there's conduit on the floor, and we're going to pick that up, and we are good to go. Okay. Now, step 2, let's go ahead and tell it to do some installation here and then see how they react. So they're both set to auto task still. And we're going to come up here. I'm going to put a door. It's going to start here and go all the way over. So we're going to go to install. Doors are under haul. They're right here. And we're going to put the first piece right there. Will it let me? It won't let me, and I think that's because he's not on the ship. I forgot about that. Let's move him over here. The thing is, Emma should pitch in as well because she's still set to auto task. She's gone and she's doing something now. Starting to open a door. She's got her helmet back on. Let's deal with that first if we can. Might be because she's planning on going through the airlock. Let's see. Nope. Not sure what she's doing. We'll give her a minute. See what the thought is. And now she's just hanging. Okay, that's fine. Incidentally, one thing I noticed was we're almost 2 o'clock in the morning. She is fully rested. In fact, she's well rested at this point. We're going to go to roster and we're going to go ahead and set her to work for a couple hours. We'll move her sleep cycle over a little, and this one will get adjusted as well later. But for now, that's what we're going to do. And we want to see her come running in here ready to work as an auto task worker once we set up some things and unpause the game. So we're going to go to Hull. We did this before, but he wasn't in the room. Now he's in the room, and it's still not setting it for me. Okay, I'm a little confused by that. Let's see if we set it this way. It's not liking that either. I'm not quite sure why it won't do it. Oh, I'm on Emma now. That just messed things up some. Let's go back to auto task for her. Come over to Chad. And now let's see if that makes a difference there. I don't think it's going to. It did. It made a difference. So that is awesome. We'll do that. Let's go ahead and we'll just put the door here. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, we'll put it here. What I'm thinking is I'm going to put batteries up here, and then we'll put thrusters and stuff down here. Oh, no, that is wrong, actually. I did this wrong already. Okay, let's back out of that. We're going to want to undo this. So can I click on that? I can, and we can cancel that task. And he moved, and unfortunately, I have Emma moving again. Maybe not. Okay. Let's not worry about it. Let's move this out of the way here so that we can put that wall where we want to. And just to give ourselves a little space, we'll do that. Okay, let's try this again. So first door, under Hall, we're going to put a door here. Sorry about that. We want 4 spaces in that room. And then the second one, we can either put it here or all the way at the top. And I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to put it at the top. That'll be fine. Then we're going to put in actual walls. We're going to put in the S2E14 series. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do 6. We're going to do one here. I don't like to have corner to corner walls. I feel like it's cheating a little bit. Personal preference, you're welcome to do it. It does make an airtight seal. It does everything it's supposed to do. You do not have to put these corners in here, but I'm going to choose to do that in this particular case. There we go. I think we can kind of let that rip for a bit and see what else happens. I do want to, while I have Chad, there is one other thing I want him to do. And that is he's going to pick this up. Since this is sitting where I want to put it, I can't do an install there. We could move it over and tell it to do an install and then it would do it. But just trying to do it right there, even with the menu, it won't do it because something's blocking it. So, and that thing being itself, which is a little, that's kind of counterintuitive, but that's the way the game looks at it. So we're going to have him install that there. And then as soon as he's done, he's going to auto task. Okay, and we got them both doing installs on stuff. That is great. Once he's installed this completely, he should jump over and start working on some of those walls. Oh, he's taking this on now. And she's grabbing wall parts. Now they're both grabbing wall parts. And they'll get cooking there. This is going quite well. While they're working on that, I'm going to slow it down a little. We're going to do more installs. We're going to go to sensors, and we're going to install an O2 alarm. And I think we'll do it right. It didn't give me the O2 alarm, did it? There we go. We'll put an O2 alarm right here. We'll put a thermostat right here. That'll work. We're going to go to power, and we're going to install a battery. Now, I normally wouldn't really do it this way. I would normally put a switch on the battery. I'm not keeping this ship, so we're going to just plug it right in. We're going to hardwire it into the rest of the electrical, which makes some sense. We'll take this battery out, and I am going to give it that small battery, the half, the one that's a 1x2. I'm going to go ahead and leave that on this ship, add a little value to the ship with extra battery. I haven't used it the way I thought I would, so we're just going to stick with the extra small one, which is the 1 space battery. I don't even see one here, do I? I don't think I do. Oh, yeah, this. It's just one square. We have one of those down here as well. Here it is. We'll just hang on to that one and not worry about what they're doing there. So they're going to install this stuff. That battery's in. This battery will go in. We are looking really, really good on this ship. One thing we're missing is more light. We're going to run into light problems when we turn this one off. So I think what we'll do is install, I happen to know because I looked around before I started, we have one multi-light left and that's all I could find. So we're going to go to install, power, lights are under power, and we're going to install a multi-light and we're going to set it to blue. So as I mentioned before, if you do wall light, these are the ones that are just one color. And then if you do the ones that say wall light blue setting, these are the multicolor lights and you pick the color you want to set it to. So we're going to do this and we're going to put it right there. Hopefully that gives us light in this corner enough that we're in good shape. And unpause and keep going and we'll see what happens. I'm going to pick up the pace just a little. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. And there they're putting light in and they're just getting stuff done. So I feel like this is, well, okay, he's been doing a couple of weird things. I will say that. He seems to be stuck thinking he's trying to walk somewhere and he's just walking into a wall. Let's intentionally walk him over here. Or is that her? Oh, that's her. I'm sorry. So let's go grab her and do the same thing. There we go. So I have seen a couple of things that act a little weird. And the one is they do that kind of thing where they get stuck on something and they just keep doing it and doing it. I did have one point where I was just trying out the tasks a little bit. And I can't quite decide how effective the task list is yet. I feel like things are different. I'm not sure how different. It wasn't something I paid attention to in the past. So it's kind of hard to say for sure. Nonetheless, he would be working on installing something and he would just keep doing it well after it was done. And she was just doing that walk there and I'm not sure what that was about, but that does seem to be happening a little bit. So something to keep in mind. I'm going to uninstall this battery. And when she's done with that, we're going to drag it down. A couple more things I want to do though. I think will it be miscellaneous? No, it'll be HVAC. I want to put in an auto vent. I think that's this one. This looks like a bug. You don't see the name for the very last thing in the list. So I noticed that with flooring. I couldn't see what the last one was actually called until I put it in. Just something to be aware of. It's not a huge, huge bug or anything like that. But what we're going to do for now is we're going to put the air vent. Let's put it here. So we're going to put the air vent there. We have a thermostat installed. We have the O2 alarm installed. We're going to go to sensors. We're also going to install the N2 alarm. And we're going to put it right there. My hope is that adds to the value of the ship just a little bit. Maybe it doesn't. If not, no big deal. I don't tend to use them right now, but I thought maybe we'd go ahead and give one a try. And Chad is not set to auto tasks. We're going to jump over there and then we're going to jump back to Emma. And we're going to have Emma drag this back to where it came from. Well, actually not back to where it came from. We're going to take it down to our reactor room and drop it off there. So I was planning on installing that half battery somewhere as kind of a helper. We're going to have to figure this out later. We are missing a couple of pieces to the reactor yet, and I need to try to track those down. One is a cryo pump that I probably sold it. I probably can buy one at the desks. That's probably the best place to go look for that. But I'm also missing the deuterium tank. I must have that to be able to complete the reactor. I also want a second HE3 tank, and that's what we'll aim for in a future video. For this one, we're going to try to finish this up here. All right, so we're sitting here with some things to do. We will have Emma come back and start helping again. I'm going to continue to install stuff. We're going to go to control, and control is going to include the regulators, or the intakes. So we're going to put an intake here. Is that where I want to do it? I think it is. We're going to put an intake here. It's not letting me. Is she not here? She is not on the ship. She's over here. doing something else. So she's using water to freshen up. Okay. That's something they're supposed to do. Their hygiene is supposed to be a little bit more self-efficient. So that was kind of good to see. Now she's doing other stuff, trying to open a door, and now she's just going to watch TV, and that's fine. We're going to jump over to Chad to do the layout then. So we'll come to Control and Kang, and I guess I could go ahead and pause. And we're going to put one. I'm trying to remember how I wanted to do this. I want it to be accessible. I think I want to go like that, and then I'm going to put a second one like that. It's not quite what I was thinking. Maybe this way. Yeah, maybe that's what I want to do. So they should be relatively accessible, and that should be good to go. We're going to put thrusters in. We're going to put one in here and one in here or here. It's not letting me put one there. Oh, I know why. If I put it in there, I can't install this one. So it's not allowing me to put it in at all. So we'll hold off on that. We've got 3 things to do here now. Pump. We're going to want to put a pump in. We'll figure that out. Let's go ahead and let this part rip first, and then we'll figure out where a pump is going to need to go. Emma should be coming to help. I'm going to move her. And then auto task her again, and she'll be fine. So yeah. It's still some stuff that's a little weird on how it might work, but overall it feels like it's flowing quite a bit better than it was. We're going to do installs. Is that Control? Nope, it's probably HVAC. Yep, there we go. We're going to install. You know what? We have to do conduit first. So let's go grab that. You have to do conduit, and one needs to go here, and then we need to put 2 here. That'll get it done. Then we're going to go to HVAC, and we're going to install canisters. And one canister will go here, and a second one will go here. That's all good. Close that out. As we can see, they're getting the conduit installed. They're getting those installed. Awesome. This is going well. Now we can put in a second thruster. And there that goes. And then finally, back to HVAC. This is where we're going to put our pump for oxygen. We can put it right there. Both getting busy on that. And then we are actually going to put one more pump right here. That's all good. Let's pause out of that just for a moment because I want to install the things that are going there. This one's going to be oxygen. This one is going to be nitrogen. They should be able to take care of that on their own. And then we want to open this. So did he open it? I don't think he did. Where is he? That is him. So he's acting a little weird right now. I'm going to have him walk, then I'm going to have him open the air vent, and now he has not opened it yet. What's the problem? Open the vent. He's not liking opening the vent. It could be because there's pressure issues right now. I'm not sure, but it's not allowing him to open it. Could be temperature. Maybe it doesn't like the temperature, so it's auto shutting. So let's go ahead and install the heater then. Make sure that gets done and that he gets it where he wants it. We'll put it, yeah, let's go ahead and put it there. That'll work. He'll get that done. The heater will fire up. Actually, we need somebody to set the control panel for it. It is set to auto. That's good. We want to connect it to this thermostat. So it should be doing its thing now. And then can he come over here? Let's slow down a little bit. Can he open this vent now? Because the heat should be coming up. There it goes. It's not staying. We might need to wait a bit while that heat comes up. But in the meantime, we can set this control to this. And we can set the O2 pump to the O2 sensor, which is right here. And I think we're good to go there. So our gases should be good to go. Not seeing what I would expect here. We'll give the vent another minute. Control panel. Feel like something's missing. You know what's missing? Just dawned on me. There's no power up here. That's what the problem is. I totally missed that one. So we need to put conduit from here to here, and then from here to here. And now we should be in good shape once those get installed. She's still on auto work, auto task, so good to go. Let's let them fly through this real quick. There we go. Now all those things are doing their thing. Now, interestingly, the nitrogen is going... Well, it is going up, it looks like now. Initially, it looked like it was going down, didn't it? We don't have nitrogen on our ship over here, so anytime we go in there, it probably is taking some of it. But nonetheless, the vent is working. Everything seems to be working how we want, and they're doing repairs. I think we're in really good shape on this. I'm going to pick up the O2 alarm, which means he's going to cancel his repair action. He's going to pick it up. We're going to bring it down here and put it back where we get those from. Slow him down just a touch. And he's dragging it. He doesn't need to drag it, does he? Yeah, wrong bag. There it is. Okay, we have that. He has small electronic parts. We might as well put those where they need to go, which is in the small electronic parts bag. Right there. Make sure I got that right. I do, but there's trash in there as well. We'll take that out of there. He's holding on to some conduit. I don't think they need any more conduit up there. I think this is the layout I want. I'm hoping that we get like 500,000 or so for that. Conduit and stuff. That's more flooring. Conduit's in here then. It's in that top bag. So we'll do that. Okay. So he cleaned up now? He is mostly clean. He's holding some trash. He's got some flooring he needs to put somewhere. And I think that'll go in here. So one more step of things I want to do is let's get him in his normal clothes. We're going to head back to the station in the next episode and see what our reward is for flipping this ship. Although we're not necessarily going to sell it right away. We might want to hold on to it and see if there's other things we can do to improve our turn on it, our return on investment. But initially, I think that's where we might we might end up selling it. We'll see what happens and make some decisions on where to go next. The suit is now in there, I think. Oh, you know what we could do? We could see about renaming the ship. And I haven't tried piloting the ship from there either. I'm going to pause for a second. So what other things did we... Oh, I know what it is. I wanted to come in here and grab a couple of empty containers and just have them up in the other ship. Make sure they're empty. Pretty sure they will be. That one is not empty. This one will be empty, right? It will not. That's the flooring one. I moved more than I thought I did. Oh, I sure did. This is what I thought I was getting. No, it's not. It's this one. There we go. Okay, 2 empty crates. Sorry about that. And we're going to just run up here. We'll set one of those down. He's not excited about running, is he? Come on. Starts opening a door. Is there a reason he won't finish opening a door? Maybe it's because he doesn't have a suit on. Okay. Okay. I'm a little confused about this. I didn't think that would be a big problem. I have been wrong in the past, folks. This might be one of those times. So he doesn't seem to be willing to do that. I'm not getting any kind of air though. So, well, let's go put the suit back on. Maybe they were really, really serious about crossing that threshold without a suit on. And you know what? I'm okay with that if that's the case and that's what it takes. Awesome. We'll put the backpack outside of there so I know where it's at. Get some shoes on in a hip pocket. There we go. Pants will go in here, suit will go on, and we will not have a backpack. Let's see if he does it without a helmet. He probably needs a helmet though. Let's try it. He's not going in. Okay, let's try putting a helmet on, or at least having a helmet. Well, he's not going to have a choice but to, oh, he could put it here, couldn't he? Okay, now will he go? Okay, something's weird with doors right now. He's not liking going through doors suddenly. All right. Well, helmet on, will he go through? He will. There you have it. We have learned something new there. Okay, and now we know. So that's good. That's good to know. And I don't know, maybe that'll work out a lot better in the long run. I'm not sure I have a strong opinion on it just yet. I know that I killed off a lot of folks by accidentally suffocating them, and I really don't like it when that happens. So we'll see. Let's put this back here. Let's see, will Emma, does Emma have a helmet? She has a helmet in her suit, so I wonder if she'll put it on to come back here. Let's see. Cannot open airlock without space helmet. Okay, so at least this time we're getting some errors. Looks like she wants to try to go to sleep. I accidentally clicked him, didn't I? So she'll come through here without a problem, but she will not go down there. Okay. Well, and there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, as long as we know about it. And we do. So let's put a helmet on her and see if she'll do what we want her to do. And I think she will. Oh, and she's also, now that I knew, she's denied airlock. So apparently the airlock is the airlock. I was not correct in what I was thinking earlier, it seems. So disembarking a ship might have to do with when you are stationed somewhere. Okay, let's see. So inventory on, what was she carrying? Wire. Yeah, conduit. So I want to put the conduit in the bag. And it looks like that bag might be full because we're getting lots and lots of errors. There we go. Nope. So I do have that every once in a while. When something's in their hand, they won't set it down or put it into another container that isn't explicitly open. That does seem to happen now and again. I'm trying to decide if there's anything else we wanted to do up here. I'm feeling really good about this. 2 thrusters, 2 air pumps, well, oxygen and a nitrogen. They seem to be working. 2 batteries, well, battery and a half, I guess. 3 sensors. Heater. The heater is more important than the cooler on this particular ship because it will cool down way faster than it heats up. The reactor room is somewhere where we will definitely want to have a cooler for when it's running. It will start to heat up that room. Okay, what else does Emma need? Looks like actually nothing. So Emma is holding a wingtip. Let's go put that in this box and try to remember to sell it. We don't really need a wingtip. All those PDAs, there's some trash. Okay, and then we're going to come over here and have her unload her gear. Oh, I know another thing I want to try real quick. Let's say she can't disembark. Will she pass through here because she has airlock? Denied shore leave. Okay. Well, now we know. So she can't go through there either way. Well, now it's letting her do it, though, even though we had airlock turned off. So I'm curious about what that's supposed to be doing. Maybe that's a little bitty bug. I don't know. Not going to overthink it. It's got to work around clearly, so we'll be okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. In the next episode, I will take this back to the station. We'll take the Angelica Marine back to the station, and we will see what we could possibly get for that ship up there. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I think that maybe it's going to be a pretty good turn. Like I said, I'm hoping maybe for $500,000. And that would be fantastic. And I've got all the shoes mixed up and everything, don't I? Well, that's on me. All right. They're wearing different shoes. That's fine. It's really fine. So there we go. Get that there. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let them sleep if that's really what they want to do. Who am I to get in their way, right? Here we go. They'll go lay down if they want. And I think that'll do it. So thank you for your time. And until next time, fair travels.